Hi everyone, trip down memory lane with this question. Can you remember when you was a young'un and on a Thursday we used to have two parts to the meeting, didn't we? And the first part of the meeting was where they were trying to sort of make ministers, and so both brothers and sisters were given a chance to get on the platform or the little small rooms that they used to have. That's what our congregation had, and we had two of them, and you'd give a 5-minute talk. But you never used to just get up there, did you, without researching first? So you would sort of spend a couple of weeks deciding on what you were going to say for the 5 minutes that you're on the platform. It wasn't always the platform, it was, sometimes it was, but more often than not it was the small rooms that you would just stand on the floor, and you didn't need a microphone unless the room was really large. But I remember the first time I went onto the main Kingdom Hall to give mine. Now I'm sure I was only a young lad of about 12 when I gave my first 5-minute Bible reading, and I'd actually researched it. You know, I didn't just trust a pot luck, you know, get on the platform and think, what am I going to talk about now? No, it wasn't like that. I researched it. You know, I looked at the character of that I was going to sort of bring an example out in, and then I tried to look for a modern day application to it, which is kind of what these 5-minute Bible readings were all about, weren't they? You'd look at the past, you'd draw a present example, how you can put it into practice. But I just want to talk about, how did you feel, you ex-brothers and you ex-sisters, when the ministerial servant was adjusting the mic? You hadn't said anything at that point. You were nervous and you had butterflies. You know, let's face up to this now. You had a few butterflies, and he's adjusting the mic like that just to make sure that it's just right for you. And then you start, and you've got all your notes like that, and sometimes your eyes would go watery, wouldn't they? Now, I didn't have to wear glasses back then, obviously. I didn't wear glasses until I got into my mid-50s. I had great eyesight in my young time. But your eyes would still water, wouldn't they? And some brothers, it wasn't me, but some brothers, their voice would go all croaky. So as they're talking, it made me laugh, actually. I shouldn't have laughed while they're on the platform, but you know, when you're young, you do, don't you? And all of a sudden, their voice would go from normal to really croaky, and that's the nerves. That's what nerves can do. You know, it can adjust the pitch on your voice. And it can do the same when you're singing as well. You know, I've noticed that because I like to sing. And if you get up in a large group and you're doing a song, and if you're a bit nervous, your voice just isn't as good. But back to giving these talks, did you feel really proud of yourself afterwards? When it was all over, that 5 minutes, which seemed like an hour. 5 minutes does seem like a long time, doesn't it, when everybody's looking at you? And did you sort of pick someone to look at? That's what people normally do. You'll see like a smiling face, maybe it's a sister, an elderly sister, and she's smiling at you with encouragement. And did you just fix your gaze on her, or did you try and look at everybody in that room that was there listening to you, which was the thing that you should do, rather than just pick on one person? But you always had like a really encouraging brother or sister. Usually they were elderly, and that gave you quite a lot of confidence, didn't it? I noticed that. You'd get encouragement as well from the elders afterwards, wouldn't you? After it was all over, an elder would come up to you like that and elbow you or something like that and say, "Well done, Martin, well done." Or he might rib you. You might have said something out of turn and he might rib you about it. Banter, JW banter, you know. What I'm saying is, wouldn't that be considered something good about your past life as a Jehovah's Witness? it wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? So there are some good things that you can sort of recall to memory, and that's what I try and do. I don't believe in going bashing the former faith that I used to belong to. I'm not really like that. And at the moment, I'd rather find a way of making my relationship right with God rather than bashing a religion for warning me. Because I feel as if that's all they've been doing. They've just been warning people. And straight after COVID-19, they're out there again, warning people. And I'm sorry, people, but I can't bash a religion for warning me about what's to come. Because that just would not be wisdom. That's just not something I can do. If they've got my interest at heart, and they're just saying, look, this is happening in the world, that's happening, everything's winding down, and we all have a decision to make before God decides to cleanse the earth for a second time. So that's why you'll never see me bashing them. It's not what I like to do. Other people do that, and some do it okay and some do it not very well. So that's my little talk with you today, peeps. So I hope you're doing all right, and I shall be back to work on Monday. I'm still recovering, and what you see here, how I've done that, I've taken an HDMI lead out the back of my Elgato video card. I've run it downstairs. I put a hole through the floor and I've run it downstairs, and I put a camera over my bar, so that's coming through. That's my own personal stage setting, because it's not there. But shall I prove a point? All right, I'll prove it to you. Stay tuned. Put my sandals on. And I'm back. I'll see you again, peeps. Bye bye.